Welcome to this BVTV SpotCast, coming to you from the UK studios of BizVision. I'm your host, Malcolm Gallagher. Now, this is number 3 in a trilogy of SpotCasts with my guest, Rosalyn Kahn. Rosalyn is not only a great public speaking coach, but also a great thought leader. And one of the key things I totally believe today's leaders should be doing is considering how, in these constantly changing and uncertain times, that they make their business and themselves future ready. In other words, tomorrow's leaders. In this third episode of her BVTV trilogy, I'm going to chat this through with my guest, author of A Message for Tomorrow's Leaders. So welcome, Rosalyn Kahn. Hello, Rosalyn.
Hi, Malcolm. Great to see you again.
And to you. Now, sadly, this is our last episode in your trilogy, but I believe it's one of the most important of the 3. In my mind, too many leaders have spent the last year or so playing that arcade game, whac-a-mole, where you're knocking a mole down with a mallet and another one bounces up somewhere else. And they may have neglected planning the future of their business and of themselves, especially the skills and people they will need. In fact, it's said that 80% of the jobs that will be needed in 2030 don't exist yet. So what's your message to today's leaders about what they need to focus on to be tomorrow's leaders? Is it a need to be more compassionate, more visible? What's your thoughts?
I think it definitely is. I mean, one of the keys that we need in today's world is to always be reading. So, just giving a quick shout out to the book behind me, it gives options and opportunities of different careers and possibilities that are out there. That takes me to the next point is we've always got to be reading books. Maybe it could be a book that you read for yourself of, your favorite religion, or maybe it's a book that you read on a business book, but each and every day you should spend 20 minutes spending some time reading a book that's going to elevate yourself to a new level and a new set of knowledge. The second thing I have is to learn a new skill. I I'm a public speaker. I teach a class in presentation skills, but I'm also taking a class in the paralegal department, learning
Right.
about laws and torts and things that people say, and batteries and intentional abuse and unintentional abuse and all those others. Another of my colleagues is going for a master's in, to help people teach courses and things like that. And so maybe you're not in academics, maybe it's an instrument class you're taking, or maybe it's an exercise your class you're taking. The 7 habits of highly effective people. You've got to exercise different parts of your brain and your mind and your so on and so forth. And so, what the world really needs now is passion for other people.
Mm.
Um, I was inquiring for some information about a class that I was up and teaching, and I always wish that people could just say, "Hey, Rosalind, just thought I'd let you know," instead of some of the other things that they do and how they communicate information to you. It's have passion for other people
Yeah.
and
Yeah,
put
but a
yourself
lot of
in their
leaders have
shoes.
that problem. Sorry, Rosalyn. A lot of leaders have that problem, though, don't they? Because in the past, should we say, older leaders pre-pandemic, they would sit in their corner office firing off memos and send them all over the place. And they never had to talk to people. But now they'll have to talk to a team member, should we say, if they're in a hybrid situation, over Zoom, and then. And I still feel that they go about it wrong. They jump in and say, what about business and everything like, where surely they should be asking more compassionate questions beforehand.
No, I think that would be definitely so. It's, compassion and kindness is really what kind of guides our world. And, when was the last time that you had someone who really gave you a kind thought or a kind word? Um, it's what our world really needs now. I posted something on my page today about a friend of mine named Tommy in a group that I belong to, and he says, in every dark day, there's a sunshine that looks on the bright side, and we've always got to be careful to find where that sunshine comes, because out of that darkness, there's a sun, and it changes the way that we view the world. So make sure that you're on the lookout, because with every day there's night. in the morning there's a sun that rises. And why not
Mm.
look at that sun that rises with a smile and be grateful of what we have?
Yeah, I think too many people have been walking on the dark side of the road, not on the sunshiny side. And you got misery builds upon misery. I don't know how you're feeling in the USA at the moment, but you've had the great resignation over there, haven't you? Where so many millions of Americans resigned, and in the UK, with apparently 1 in 4 people want to find a new job and leave their present employer because of a poor leadership.
No, that is so true. There's a huge lack of employees, a lot in the service industry, because why go ahead and do that where you can make more money, you know,
Mm-hmm.
not working? I was up in Alaska and the guy was telling me about the horrific times that they had here. He said, he had a person who applied for the job and they said, I'll be available on the 19th. That's when my unemployment runs out. And then I'll be able to commit to you. You're only as good as that check. Well, if that's the way that you think about life, what's going on. There was a talk here of giving people bonuses. I know that Kmart's and fast food restaurants were offering to pay people's education to give them that thing to have to go ahead and come back. And why is it that we have to take these points of adversity to
Mm.
have people do the right thing that they should have done so
That's
many years
re-
ago?
I think that's great thinking. I've always said it in hospitality. I've been involved with for 40 years. I'm saying to them, why do you have to wait until you're pushed into it? Why not train people, give them a career? They'll bring you loyalty as well, won't they?
Right. Oh, it's definitely so. It's like you win people by the way I do coaching and training, and I was on a call with a business leader and she was trying to help a hotel, and I'm like, what if you offered continuing education on how to set the mindset or how to add positivity in your life or how to write your life story, as well as cleaning rooms and toilets and other things to empower
Mm.
these people? Because it's those dark hours of doing those repetitive skills that often some of the greatest people get their books and their bylaws of you know
Yeah, yeah,
wonderful.
yeah. Thanks, Rosalyn. Now, let me remind our audience of your website URL, which is obviously viewers, you can see it on the screen behind me. But for listeners, it's all the W's, all the www, all the W's, Rosalyn, Rosalyn, Rosalyn Kahn, Kahn, RosalynKahn.com. Go there and see how Rosalyn can help you improve your skills. And importantly, look at getting Rosalyn's latest book. It's called A Message for Tomorrow's Leaders, and you'll find it on Amazon. Now, in this trilogy with Rosalyn Kahn, we've covered public speaking, time management, and future readying yourself in your business. Quite a wide range to cover, but I've just given you the inspiration and motivation to take action. Thanks, Rosalyn.
Thank you so much, Malcolm. Pleasure and honor.